I tend to be open-minded about any type of video game genre. However, if there is one thing I have very little patience for, it would be the racing genre. I don't know what it is about it. I mean, something about it just didn't rub me the right way right from the get-go. I mean, it has all the things I like about games. It's got speed, it's got competition, it's got speed, and okay, you see where I'm going with this. See, there's just something about running down a straight line. I feel like there's no freedom to it. I mean, every now and then you get one of those games like Fuel or Burnout Paradise, but every so often you get something like a Need for Speed game. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to actually really like the Need for Speed games. I mean, they were fast, they weren't realistic at all, and they were very arcadey. It was all about getting in first place or getting that high score, beating that best time. It was just about having fun. And then a game called Gran Turismo came out and decided to flub everything up with its realistic driving stuff. And then all of a sudden, every single driving game in the genre wanted to get on this realism bandwagon. It really pissed me off. Ever since then, I had no faith in the genre. Even Need for Speed Shift, which looked kinda cool, especially with that whole cockpit view going for it, it did not hold up well because the first car you got sucked, and unfortunately, I've lost all hope for the racing genre. I'm pretty much done with it, so nothing you can do can reclaim me. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Criterion Games. I like your Burnout games, but no, stop! Stop! Oh, you're really trying to impress me, aren't you? Hey, look at this thing. Damn it, EA, and your clever advertisements. Ugh. Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta go buy this game now. Alright. I even got the PS3 version, so I don't have to pay for my multiplayer. Try to beat that, EA. Alright, so you got me to play another racing game, guys. So is it gonna be... What the hell is this? Enter the above code to activate your Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Online Pass to access online features and bonus content, including original cars. To activate your Need for Speed... Let's see. Access to online features and/or services requiring an EA Online account. An online pass. Would you excuse me for a minute? What is there to say? What is... I mean, what is this? What the f*** is this? An online pass? Really? Even for the PS3? You can only play multiplayer on only one console? What the fuck? Do you remember a time when games were all about having fun? About getting with your buddy? You know? Just having fun, playing multiplayer, 2-player split screen for crying out loud. And you know what? There's no split screen in this game. It's only online. So, if you just so happen to rent the game, then you can't even play the most important part of the lifespan of a racing game. What the f***? Okay, maybe I'm being a little hard on this game. I mean, if you rent the game and you can't play multiplayer at all, does the single player mode at least hold up? So, the answer is, okay, kind of. I mean, I bought this game on the fact that I was going to be able to play as both the racers and the cops. I think that is awesome. I don't get to play a lot of games where I can not only play as the racer, but also as the cops. I was freaking tired of getting away from the cops in racing games. I mean, I don't buy any racing games, but every now and then I rent one, or a friend of mine has one and I would like to leech off of them. It's like, hey, can I... Sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. That's what bad games do to me. I just want to pat it so I don't have to talk about it. Anyway, is it good? Yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. And it's executed relatively well. You have your racing games, which is like racing up to like 8 opponents on the same track. It's pretty good. So, that's a normal race. And then you got your hot pursuits. You have like a normal race, but every now and then that one cop just slips through the cracks and it's just like, oh god, here he comes, oh god, So then, every now and then, first of all, I'd like to go on a tangent and say I have absolutely no idea why they put this in the game. You can use the mode on both sides of the spectrum, both the cops and the racers. It's called a preview. It basically allows you to see this really sweet car and take it on a test drive. And you're probably asking, oh, you get a really awesome car and take it for a test drive. What's wrong with that? There's 2 things I actually really hate about this. First off, you can't use it on any other mode except preview until you actually unlock it. Second, they put you on a f***ing time trial mode. I hate time trial modes. If I'm gonna be in a hurry, I want it to be against a racer, not against that friggin' clock. And you know what's worse? You gotta get the best time if you want to get some good experience points. So not only are you playing as a car that is so awesome, and yet it's basically waving the keys in front of you like, yeah, you want this car? Yeah, you want this car? Yeah, screw you. You can't have it until you actually unlock it. Until then, you're stuck playing on this mode. Not only that, but then you also got the time trial mode, which confines you to a single track, taking you to a finish line. You can't even go it on free run. And third, you're pressured to get the best time. Last time I checked, I thought video games were all about having fun. When you're rushed, it doesn't exactly lead to a good video game experience. Okay, I've done enough about the racers. What about the cops? Okay, well the cops are awesome. You have an interception mode, which is basically a duel between one racer and one cop. You're that cop. You gotta get this guy. Bust him in the slowest amount of time. Now see, this isn't as bad as the preview mode because unlike in the time trial mode where all you're doing is racing against the clock, this one has you busting this guy in the shortest amount of time, which basically says, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you. And you probably think I'm contradicting myself, but trust me, it's a lot more fun to try to bust some guy under the allotted time rather than getting to a finish line under the allotted time. Not to mention, unlike in the preview mode, when you're tracing against someone in interceptor mode, you're not getting penalized in the time for every time you run into a wall or crash into a car. Basically do anything other than perfection. The second mode you have at your disposal is the cop side of the hot pursuit. But the same thing, only you're cops now, which means you have to stop that race. Or as they would like to say, shut it down. Awesome. And now you got the quick response mode. Guys, it's just preview, but with the ability to select your frickin' car. Hello? Where's the fun in that? Also, I like to point out that it has a pretty hit-and-miss soundtrack. I mean, the 30 Seconds to Mars song is good, but really meh. And everything else, well, let's just say I can't remember them to save my life. That's how unmemorable most of the soundtrack is. Some of them I remember are pretty good, but, it's a forgettable soundtrack. Go figure. It's a racing game, alright. The graphics? Okay, I'd be lying if I said that these were bad graphics. I mean, it's made by Criterion Games. They know their graphics. I mean, look at Burnout Paradise. Look at any Burnout game. Criterion Games knows how to make a racing game look good. And the cars? Well, if you're a big fan of cars, then you're probably going to recognize every single car on the list here. Every single one of the cars is licensed. If you can see it in the game, you can see it in real life. Some of these cars are probably rare as hell, but you can find them in real life. So, you're probably wondering, since I have an online pass, does this mean I can show you the multiplayer? Sure, why not? Let's check it out. Okay, so we go to the auto log, which, for the record, is a pretty nifty new feature, and I really hope that that auto log is incorporated in other games just for how sleek it is. Okay, auto log, Need for Speed Online, and oh, you're kidding me. What, am I playing a Wii game here? Why am I so limited when I'm playing with total strangers? Seriously, I can only select modes and cars and stuff like that when I'm playing with friends? I'm done. I'm f***ing done. I can't go on anymore. This is bullshit. I've never been so infuriated. I never had a game flip me the finger faster than Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It has the potential of being such a fun game. I mean, the racing parts, it's awesome. The cop interceptions in the Hot Pursuits are awesome. And, okay, granted, you do get to play Hot Pursuit in the multiplayer mode, but that's all you get to do. And even then, you're forced with only 4 racers and only 4 cops, because there's only up to 8 players. EA! Criterion! Guys! The hell! It's a fun game! But you just keep doing everything you can to just botch it up! It's got the potential, I'll admit that. But all these things, these little things, just bar it down. The online pass, the limited multiplayer when you're not playing with friends, the frickin' preview mode and the quick response. And plus the very slow pace of how you progress through your career. It all mars it down, going from a 90 out of 100 all the way down to just a 50 out of 100. This is... wow. Wow. So, I guess that's it. So stupidity is all too common these days, everyone. So do your best to be an individual and not a commoner, by keeping your contact with stupidity and this game limited. Later, bitches.